Hey guys, I'm back and almost completed, so very excited to make this portion of the video. Water cooling completed. I finally tested everything with the pressure tester, no leaks. I hit almost the wall yesterday, spent 3 hours trying to find where the problem is lying, and we'll talk about it in a second. But right now you can see that water cooling design almost completed, and even made most of the wiring done. So you can see that I'm showing you all effects on. So I have all lights in reservoirs, the panel is on, also all fans. So it's a little bit noisy because I'm using external power supply, everything is maximum speed, so I have to almost shout, trying to speak louder than the computer. But I just wanted you to show how things looks when it's actually working. No side panels, so it will be slightly different with side panels, but overall that's how I completed design and what is done. I'm still deliberating with the client about the liquid. I personally and a lot of my friends whom I'm talking to really like the crystal style of this computer and voting for clear liquid. But my customer really loves and dreamed about to have an opaque, so pastel or EK solid. So I decided maybe to make this little video without completing the build, and hopefully I can edit it and post on weekend. You guys welcome to make your statement and your comment in the video if you would be your build, what kind of liquid you will put. Will you put a clear liquid? In this case the reservoir became white and a little bit show off on the GPU area, a little bit on CPU as well, but it barely will be seeing. And or you stay clear and as it is. I will post a couple shots so you can have a better idea, because this computer looks absolutely amazing when the lights is off, or at least dim. I have a lot of stuff shining on me right now, so it looks totally different. But when lights is down, oh my god, I really love this build. I really would love to have it even for myself, but you know, it's not mine. So anyways, so let me disconnect power supply and we can talk in a little bit of silence. And I have a few comments here. Huge difference. Oh, I have a ringing in my ears, believe it or not. So anyways, I just want to show you the back portion, not completed but pretty close. So this is distribution panel for all 5 fans on top. This distribution panel for 4 fans on the bottom plus all lights. Also we'll have this RGB controller thingy, so we can control a light on the panel and in GPU. Interesting enough, I swear I remember that Heatkiller has provisioning for 3mm LEDs on the side before, but not anymore, because I probably would love to put additional lights similar to reservoirs on a Heatkiller, but they're nothing. And at this point I don't want to remove it and try to drill it myself, so this will be staying as it is. But back to the side panel, you know, again, no drills, no adhesive tapes, nothing. So you can see a lot of things get fixed with zip ties, but the side panel is absolutely solid, so it makes absolutely no difference for what is there. The only thing is missing, still need to put power supply and all corresponding cables. Didn't finish. I would like to make a little bit custom design for GPU, so no GPU cables yet, and also will be single hard drive here. So M.2 SSD is already installed motherboard, but this will be big hard drive for like general files and things like this. So you can see that's how it looks on the back. Put white PCI covers here, so the back is also almost completed. And this is the front that I showed you many times. Moved radiator inwards. It looks better than I expected. I thought this would be very cool, but that's basically how they should be mounted in the first place. So you have a space between fan and the side panel, no noise, nothing, so works perfect. One problem that I experienced and I'd like to talk today, when I assemble the system I always test a little bit in sections, so put it in, tested radiator, GPU works fine. Then I tested radiator, GPU, CPU also works fine. Included top radiator, also works fine. And after that, I tried to test reservoir, and couldn't even make my needle move as hard as a pumping. So I even thought first that maybe I forgot the like stop plug, but no, everything was in place. And it took me forever to plug all leaking fittings in this assembly. I would agree that I have a lot of stuff going on in this area. I already showed you also this connection, so there's a lot of suspects, but at the end my problem rely with the top cap of those reservoirs. Those caps, they're not machined, I think they extruded or are kind of molded in a way. They're not very flat, and they're also super shiny, slippery. And because of this a little bit uneven surface, it almost probably first time in my building career I have to use pliers to tighten up all the fittings on the top of those reservoirs, because I almost like lost skin on my hands, try to tighten them up, but it still wasn't enough, and all of them was losing air. That's why it was so hard to pressurize the system, because it's leaking a little bit here and leaking a bit there, and it's 3 ports on top of each. So it took me the longest time to figure out, because I actually thought that something going on with the hard tubing here. So I kind of spent a lot of time on this one. Also some connection to radiator and everything also was my first guess, but everything ended up only in those 6 connections, and when I tightened them up properly, that fixed the problem essentially. But I lost 5 hours, 3 hours yesterday, 3 hours today, 2 hours today. So it was I thought to have a liquid by now, but it's still not filled up. So mental note, next time if somebody will experience some problems as my customers, probably will tell them to make sure the super tied up fitting on top of those reservoirs, and if I do myself also I will pay attention to that a lot. But on top of that we have this heated debate about white liquid versus clear liquid, and I would like to solicit your opinion on that one, whoever of you guys care to share it. So that's how it looks. I personally like it a lot. It also crossed my mind, it's such a big loss for modding and water cooling communities that Case Labs went down. So this is obviously model that impossible to buy, only second hand. And every time I work on the Case Labs cases, it's a pure joy, because everything modular, easier to access. I run into all these problems, can remove the panel with radiator easily, so it saves a lot of time. And it's always hard to me to go to regular cases every time I work on the Case Labs. It just, somebody who experienced it have a really big attachment and problem go with the generic stuff back. But the truth is, company not exist anymore. And I also noticed that people putting crazy prices on those. Other day somebody sold a little BH4 or BH3, something like this. It's fetched $700 US. It's crazy. So this one, I don't even afraid to ask my customer how much he pay, but I wouldn't surprise it will be, I don't know, $1,500 or $2,000, which is a ridiculous amount of my comparing that before we beached that case was like $1,000, but now it's almost $2,000, and people lining up to get them. This is just insane. So anyways guys, that's where we are. I probably will feel it only after weekend. We have a long weekend in Canada as well, and I don't know if I have enough time to make all beauty videos or even the pictures. That's why I would like to kind of show you almost finished the system, although it's not working at this point and it doesn't have a liquid. So that was pretty cool project. I have a lot of fun doing it, except the pressurizing it yesterday. And that's enough for today. Thank you for watching. If you can, leave your comment about liquid. Peace. and bye.